It was a peaceful afternoon when I first got the call from my daughter, Lily. Her voice was shaky, and I could tell she was panicked. "Dad, Karen from the HOA, she's taken me to the police station. They say I'm trespassing on our property." I froze. My heart raced as I tried to make sense of what I was hearing. Karen, the overzealous HOA president, had always been trouble. She had a reputation for micromanaging every tiny detail of the neighborhood, from yard signs to driveway parking. But this was beyond her usual petty grievances. Lily, who has type 1 diabetes, was a sensitive subject for me. Her health required constant monitoring, and the stress of her condition was enough to manage without anyone adding to it. But now Karen had crossed a line, targeting my daughter over something as ridiculous as trespassing on land that was legally ours. I immediately dropped everything and drove to the station. When I arrived, I could see Karen standing there, smug as ever, with the local officer, a young cop who seemed out of his depth. He was looking at me nervously as I approached, and Karen, noticing me, attempted to stand taller, as if her position would hold sway. "What's going on here, Karen?" I asked, my voice calm but firm, trying to keep my emotions in check. "Your daughter was on private property," Karen began, her voice dripping with superiority. "I told her to leave, but she refused. She was trespassing, and I had no choice but to have her arrested." I blinked, processing the absurdity of it. My daughter, arrested for standing on her own property? "Karen," I said slowly, "do you know who I am?" Her smirk faltered for just a second before she recovered. "I'm not interested in your excuses. Rules are rules, and this, actually, Karen," I interrupted, my voice steady and controlled. "I am the Attorney General. And you just violated every conceivable right by detaining my daughter without cause." The words hit her like a freight train. Her face turned pale as she realized who she was dealing with. The officer next to me took a step forward, pulling Karen aside to explain the legal ramifications of her actions. Lily, looking confused and scared, was allowed to go, her release immediate. As Karen stood there, fumbling for words, I turned to her, coldly. "Next time, Karen, you might want to think before you make an enemy out of someone who can actually do something about it." I walked out of the station with my daughter in tow, the weight of the situation still sinking in. Karen had tried to bully us, but this time, she'd picked the wrong family.